Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by my brother from another mother, the Highwayman himself, TJ.
It's me. I don't know what I did this time.
This week is a common theme in the sense that we are sort of wrapping up BT-15. We will definitely have more BT-16 content for you guys. We have a couple of exciting videos planned out, so be on the lookout for that. And we definitely are looking forward to some actual like match play with BT-16. You know, I think we all are looking forward to it. BT-15 was great in its own way, but it's time for a new format. We're all ready, so we definitely are excited to get that content out for you guys. But like I said, we are wrapping up BT-15 with our Evo Cup here at Sully's Abode, which is the local card shop that we go to every Thursday for Digi. Usually pop off at about 6:30. Great shop overall, located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, feel free to check them out. They've got pretty much every TCG you could ask for. So I'll drop their TCG player link in the video description down below, along with our socials. This particular matchup here will feature Justin playing his BlackWargreymon toolbox sort of deck, going up against Jeremy on the right playing ShineGreymon. And before we hop into the round, two things. First off, shout out to Jeremy. Gave us these really just cool personalized crests for each of us on the channel. He's been with us basically since day one. It's been great just kind of sharing everything with him, man. I mean, we've been like just every locals that we've gone to, and like what's been like 2 years now since we've all been playing together, and he's been there. So it's been great to see, great to just like share that friendship together. So shout out to you, man. Really appreciate you. And second thing is, you know, if you like what you see, you want us to keep supporting the channel and join us on the journey, hit that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round.
I want to build a Lucamon deck.
Oh.
Sorry, intrusive thoughts. I apologize. I apologize. It came out of nowhere. It was left field.
I was trying to find a way to like be like, oh yeah, that ties into what I was like. I don't know if I can do that for you, Chief.
It doesn't tie in at all to what we're about to see. It just the thought hit me, and I just needed to say it aloud.
That's what we're here for. Engagement. Those are some pretty nice sleeves on Justin's deck, though. Are those the new ones? Are those the new ones that just came out?
Those are the new ones. I picked those up in Japan thinking they were older sleeves, and I was like, oh, these are such a sick grab. And then I was like, oh. And then I got back and I was like, oh wait, these sleeves are coming out now. And I'm like, I had these already.
But speaking of BlackWargreymon, you know, I think BlackWargreymon, I think we've talked about this at length, or a sort of offline as well as in other videos, where I think it does have a decent sort of role to play in the BT-16 meta, particularly like Magna X, you know. Well, I think it's going to be like tier 1 again. I don't think it's going to get there, but I do think like more people will probably try to play it because it does have ways to deal with it.
The issue with BlackWargreymon over running something like the BT-12 Wargrey is that it tends to be too expensive and too slow to stop a deck like Magna that can get to its boss monster by turn 2. Consistently. Just the amount of times that like Jose in like practice just does that, just off rip every game, just has a Magna X turn 2. I'm just like, oh, okay. This is cool. This is sick. I love this. But it's tough because like BlackWargreymon X in theory has like a decent chance to do it, but his archetype, while he's really good defensively, also just doesn't DP climb as well,
right,
as like BT-12 variant does.
Like if you're looking for the DP climb, you're looking really for just like Wargrey toolbox, like straight up Wargrey toolbox with BT-9 Metal Grey X, you know, BT-12 Wargrey, and kind of doing those shenanigans. Yeah. So Jeremy, just to catch people up to speed, Justin's just been building in the back. Jeremy built up a Greymon, or GeoGreymon, not Greymon. Did some chip damage, but has a Marcus and training set up, so he's kind of in a good spot, I think, if he can set up a rookie next turn. And then Justin just is using the memory to kind of do some more digging. He does end up picking up bottom decking the limited Grey X, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think he probably needs the Metal Grey X.
Yeah.
Which I love that card so much, but
Same. I want to
Just
make it
doesn't-
work. It just doesn't feel quite right.
You need the DP climb nowadays. The DP is so important moving forward into BT-16. Like right now, it's probably okay, but next format you really need the DP.
Agreed. So he ends up just passing turn, going into a Greymon. Unfortunately, no tie to play out, it seems. But Jeremy is able to go into an Agumon in the back, and unfortunately, it looks like that's where the train stops, which is a bit rough.
Yeah, so Jeremy's considering his options.
Yeah.
Does just drop a pillow to choke to 1.
Which can be dangerous, because we see Justin immediately push up with the Raid Metal Gray, which, if he has the right pieces, can do some damage here.
Yeah, this is the sort of the thing. Like, it's a good idea to choke to 1. The issue is that if you give Greymon something to raid into, you give them so much more gas than if you would have just set them over.
Sort of as we see here too, yeah.
Justin goes to 3 anyways and gets a tamer out of it.
Exactly.
Where it's like, well, you probably could have just passed turn and set him to 3, and then he wouldn't have had a raid target. But it's also, it's hard to kind of see that in the moment.
Yeah.
And like,
I'm wondering here too.
Maybe they don't have anything like that, so you can maybe hope for the best if there's no tamer to drop.
Sure. Wondering here too if Justin could have just X antibody swung into this guy, but I think he gets to the same place regardless. I don't think it changes much.
Matter.
He might get like an extra poke in if anything, but again, I don't think it really changes anything.
Yeah.
Goes into the BlackWargreymon X. Yeah, well able to reboot, so uses the BT-11 Metal Gray inheritable to trash top card of security. Yep. So trashes a Rise Gray, gives Jeremy 3 memory, and says go. So this is where things can be a little bit rough. I feel like because BlackWargreymon is that big body, you can't really. You kind of have to just deal with it, which I mean, Shine can most definitely with his DP reduction stuff.
Yeah. So we see Jeremy just go ahead and play a reinforcing. I think he put the Rise Gray to the top of security.
Yep.
Ooh, security, and then added Shine to hand.
Yeah.
Justin will play training. Does grab a Hades Force,
which is scary. Because that Marcus is looking pretty enticing. We do swing with the Greymon, and hits the Shine Gray.
Yeah.
And just thinking about what he wants to do, does drop that Hades Force for 5 to pop the Marcus, able to swing 1 check. Hits Marcus.
Yep.
And then end of turn will reboot to trash top card of security, trashing another Marcus. Jeez. Those are rough trashes.
Yeah. So Jeremy did have a decent security setup, but like losing the memory center Marcus is tough. He does still have the BT-12 one, which is the more important one for the plays right now.
Yeah.
But the issue is, can Jeremy see a line and see everything he needs to make
I mean, he is in a decent spot. I mean, he's got the 3 memory that he'll get from the reinforcing. He has a training. So, I mean, if he's able to see the right pieces, he most definitely can do some damage here. And he's sort of at that sweet spot that Shine wants to be in at 4 security, where if everything goes well, you can kind of just Oonga Boonga your way to game.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, can he deal with, oh no. I guess that's your answer right there. He does decide to just swing.
Not have a 4.
Hits a training.
Yeah, which is just, that's even tougher.
It's like salt in the wound at that point. And here I think he's just sort of stuck. I mean, you can't really deal with BlackWargreymon X at this point. You can try to just maybe be as memory efficient as you can, but I mean, he's got Yuya on board, which will push him to 3 anyways. Plays, I forget what that option's called again.
I also forgot it. It's BT-11.
It's from BT-11, yeah. Essentially minus 5k for the turn.
Holy sunshine.
Gotcha.
He does play it for 8.
He should reduce it to 7 though, correct? Because he's got a yellow tamer in play. Or no?
Is also treated as a Digimon. Marcus is still considered a tamer, so yeah, he should have played it for 1 cost less, because Marcus is also treated as, not becomes. So I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong. It could just be a weird translation thing, but reading the text on Marcus, He should have still been able to reduce the cost by 1.
Which, I mean,
Not
you
that
could
it's
argue.
super relevant right
yeah,
now, but...
exactly. Same brain cell. Same brain cell. So Justin will just go ahead and swing through the Agu.
No checks because of the Holy Sunshine.
Goes into a BlackWarg to pop the Marcus. Oofta. Big oofta. I'm wondering here if maybe he could have used the other body to swing over Agu. Oh, wait, no, never mind. JK.
No,
he did it right. He did it right. I'm just being dumb.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's in a very good spot here. I mean, he can probably pass turn, go into another black. Yeah.
Yeah, I just choked through.
Taking it back.
Is a 2-cost Evo, not a 1-cost Evo.
Yeah, he's deciding to swing first, which is fair. We'll get that chip damage in, and then decide to go into BlackWarg X. Passing to 1, both will reboot, restand, we'll trash top card of security. And at that point, it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah, and then Jeremy finally drew low 4. But his hand was just kind of gummed up with options.
Yeah.
High end.
Yeah.
If he had a 4, it looks like he could have gone off pretty hard there, but it's tough.
Right. And I think we've mentioned this. This is a re-recording, but we mentioned this sort of in the first run through that. You know, some of the plays that Justin was making is, you know, we talk a lot about how, like, at least that first game, like, Jeremy sort of wasn't seeing pieces and whatnot. I think Justin was also just playing also very well. Like, he was definitely making the right calls. He was definitely making the right decisions and not being too quick about things and really, like, just sequencing things very nicely. Which, I mean, he does in general. Like, he's a very good red hybrid player, very good, like, I think just like BlackWargreymon player too. So I think that's on full display right here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So we're going to a game 2. Players get set up, get a little bit cooking. I want to play BlackWargreymon again so bad, but I just
so that was the thing. I remember watching Justin play it, and I played against Coop a couple weeks ago, who was playing BlackWargreymon. I'm like, oh man, I kind of missed that guy. Put it back together. We did some test games, and you absolutely just like kicked me in the face. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play this guy anymore. I'm done.
You gotta remember, Greymon has his favorite children. You know.
I'm definitely not one of them children.
He's got his favorite tamers. He's got his favorite familia. He's got his chosen lads that he gives little forehead kisses to at night and wishes them a good sleep.
Oh.
We are not those lads.
I'm not blessed with those kisses.
Nope.
Instead, I get kicks and slaps.
Kicks, punches, suplexes.
But we see a pretty good start, I think, from both players. I mean, Justin's got a training set up. Jeremy's able to push up the Geo Gray, play it on Marcus.
Yeah. Get a Marcus on board. We'll go ahead and start pushing a little early here for some damage. Looks like we'll pay the 1. Evo, I'll go in the back and draw. We'll swing.
So, yep.
We'll be able to draw a card and then Evo for free up into a Rise Gray.
Rise Gray effect should let him play out something if he has it, which he does. Has a memory setter, which he could in theory suspend to gain a memory, correct?
Yeah, which I think he's considering right now.
Yep, he will do that. Gain the memory.
Then do the check. Marcus will die, but we'll just go into security, which is pretty good for Shine. You do like to see that.
Yeah. And then we go into BT-15 ShineGreymon.
Yeah, which will then make that Marcus a Digimon on Evo.
Which unfortunately does not seem to be a you may. It is a mandatory effect, which is a little rough.
It is mandatory.
Because that Marcus could easily just get kapak next turn.
Yeah.
But we do see Justin just pass by going to Metal Gray.
Just send him back. Just passes Jeremy back over to 1. Makes sense. We'll push up the Agu. Gain them. We'll go to 3 off of that, and then we'll gain 1 off of the Agu. So should go to 4 here. There we go. We'll swing that Marcus. Is just trying to consider some plays. We'll nothing to minus DP on, but just we'll do a check and we'll get another memory.
Oh yeah.
And it does hit a Hades. That's tough. That's tough.
That's painful. Oh, Marcus, my boy.
Jeremy will just play an Agu, try and get some search. Looks like he's maybe just missing some pieces.
Yeah, picks up the
No level
Rise Gray
4s.
X and the Marcus from BT-12. I feel like here, yeah, might as well just swing, get rid of that Agu, because both of them are probably just gonna die soon, I feel like. So I just feel like you just get the bang for your buck out of both of them, and then he just plays a Pata, chokes to 1. I think that's fair.
Yeah, which is a good play. Like, it forces Justin to have to answer it. Justin can't raid into the Pata because the BT-12 Agu has higher DP.
Mm-hmm. Does have to be a little bit careful here because he does have the Greymon inheritable, which will allow him to go up to 2, which may just be enough to do some shenanigans here. So like you said, we'll raid into the BT-12 Agu.
Yeah, we'll
use his effect to play out on Yuya.
Mm-hmm. Not just considering what he wants to do. We'll go into the Metal Gray X from BT-11, which will let him pop something with 6k or less DP.
So does decide to pop the Marcus, yeah. And then here, if he has the Black War from BT-8, he just wipes board.
Yep. He's just considering what he wants to do. He probably does have it.
Yeah, and if he uses the training, he honestly could just do it and choke to 1.
And then he hasn't gone too far yet, so he activates Yuya. Nothing's gone past that point of activation, really. So that's fine to do. And
does go Black War.
Go Black War and then just clear board.
Yeah.
And like Jeremy, who had a really solid start, he doesn't restand during opponent's turn, so nothing gets trashed.
Yeah.
He had a really solid start, but just now is back
that Hades just kind of turned the tables right there.
Yeah, yeah. It sent Jeremy on the flippy flip.
The wrong kind of flippy flip.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, Geogray to Marcus is not bad.
Yeah, decent setup. Passing over 3. I mean, you know, Justin's gonna go to 3 regardless, so you might as well just try and get as much bang for your buck as you can, and just hope that your board lives. Does give blocker to the BlackWargreymon. Justin just sort of weighing his options right now, seeing what he wants to do. That stack does not have protections on it. It is just a big stack.
And then we'll play out an Agu for more search, picking. Oh my lord, no targets there. That's a big whiff.
To grab. It looks like he's missing a BlackWargreymon X, maybe.
So Jeremy's got some decisions to make here. He could push up and try to push some aggression, but if he's missing the pieces, I almost feel like it's better to stay in the back and not risk your stack dying again. Yeah, which is exactly what he does. And then, oh my. We'll
hold the Sunshine for 8 again, and then we'll pop the Agu -5 on the BlackWargreymon and sec -1. I don't know how I feel about that option. I like it in theory.
Yeah.
But it just feels so expensive. It also doesn't help that Jeremy's forgetting to reduce the cost as well of playing it.
I almost feel like at this point, you know, DP reduction to 5k is okay. I'm wondering, Jeremy, if you're watching this, if you've considered stuff just like even like whatchamacallit, Holy Flame, right? The one that's like a cheaper cost, but you just neg 3 checks. You know, yeah, the DP's there, but at least you just get that security check blanket on. I don't know. Just like, I'm wondering if he's using it for like the 5.
It's not a blanket.
True.
It's only on the one thing. It's a blanket out. It's a blanket out of security.
Right.
Which can be good. Holy Flame out of security does go
pretty good.
Yeah, it is definitely rough. The issue too is that Shine doesn't really have. Ever since Sunrise Buster got hit, it doesn't really have great removal options.
Correct. Final Shining Burst is like what people have been using, but it's expensive. It's very conditional, and it's like okay.
It's nice because you can get a Marcus out of it, but at the same time, you need to get a Marcus out of it to usually have enough DP reduction to really like stop stacks nowadays. Like for example, like it wouldn't even stop that BlackWargreymon. That BlackWargreymon was 14k.
Right.
Because of the tie and the Agu inheritable. So you'd need to play a BT-13 Marcus in order to even clear it.
Right.
But it's tough. You know, it's hard. The Sec -1 has definitely stalled Justin a turn, but he passes over so much memory that Justin just sets up a crazy board anyways that is able to just, clears Marcus, and then is able to just sort of sit there and, say, hey, I might not be able to do damage this turn, but even then, actually, you can swing with that one, which there is the Marcus on top of security, so Jeremy will get that back.
He'll get that back. He'll go into BlackWargreymon here.
Yep.
And then reboot to Trash
reboot.
Top.
Yep.
And 2 of them go away because he's got 2 of those inheritables.
Yeah, he's got the one on the BlackWargreymon stack because that one doesn't really care whether it's this Digimon for unsuspending. It's just as long as a Digimon unsuspends during a
Now you know what would be crazy? A Ragna.
True. Ragna would be crazy.
It's always like crazy to see like 2 Black War stacks too. The fact that Justin's been able to consistently get 2 Black War stacks on board is wild to me.
Well, Jeremy's just had trouble removing them. He just hasn't been able to get them off the board.
I have trouble getting 1 on board when I'm playing Black War Grey.
Also, we'll be able to Evo into Shine. Marcus can swing 2 checks. He'll minus 3k on that guy, but he'll just block with the BlackWargreymon X. And memory,
and that's the redirection.
Turn,
and
then Marcus will die.
What's the memory setter Marcus back
he'll
on
put
top?
The memory setter on top, yeah. And then Shine is just sort of stuck, and Justin goes to 3.
Justin goes to 3, yeah. And
he has the BT-8 inheritable, so he can just swing over.
Yeah. That is a little bit rough right here, because Shine, we know for a fact, is just going to go away. Justin has the inheritables to basically control board this turn, get maybe 1 chip damage in, and then trash 2, and Jeremy's just sort of in a rough spot right here.
Yeah, with no Rickying back to push up, no resources on board to help him climb up a stack, no tamers.
Yeah, Justin has been doing a very good job at just really controlling the board state and being very methodical and just letting the game come to him, and he has arguably been helped out with security, with that Hades Force. I think that definitely helped him out this game.
Yeah.
But after that, he's just been very clinical in how he's been playing his plays out.
We'll swing the BlackWargreymon. We'll check the BT-13 Marcus, but it really doesn't super matter at this point.
Yeah.
Even having the memory setter, Jeremy needs to get something up on board in this next turn. Otherwise, he's about to just... this game the turn after, right?
Right, exactly.
Justin's going to reboot. He's going to trash 2 cards off security. He has a Greymon in back with protections under it. He's got 2 full BlackWargreymons like on
who also have protection as well. Or one of them doesn't have. Yeah.
But that doesn't matter at this point because all Justin needs is 2 swings, and 3 memory for Shine is not enough to do what Jeremy needs to do this turn.
Right.
And there's no security bomb I think that would save him at this point unless it's another Holy Sunshine that just sec minuses 1.
Or even like a final Shining Burst maybe that just gets rid of a stack, but even then you still have 3 bodies that you got to deal with.
That's why I was saying the Holy Sunshine is what he needs to see. This final Shining Burst isn't going to do anything. Pop 1 stack, but it's still 2 swings. So Justin's going to just play it safe. He's going to go ahead and just start building up a 3rd line here just to make sure he's got just full board control, because why not? There's no, just because you might be in a position where you're like 90% sure you have game, it's always good to just be careful and double check everything and just make sure you absolutely are in a good spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Which Justin is, and he takes a game.
Yeah, well played by both players. Jeremy with a little bit of unfortunate luck in security second game, but doesn't take away that. He kind of sort of what you did yesterday, just put up a good fight with the resources that he had, and it just was hard because Justin was just snowballing so quickly, and he was able to do what he did.
Like the South Park. It's like the South Park meme. I ain't hear no bell.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this match. We will have, I believe, after today's matchup, probably 1 more day of BT-15 to really round it all off. And then it'll be straight up BT-16 for y'all. So this is our way of sending off BT-15. So be on the lookout. We've got a lot of stuff planned for BT-16. We've got a lot of regional grinding going on too. So definitely have a ton of commentary and a ton of other content for you guys. Like we said earlier, if you like what you're seeing and you enjoy what the channel's bringing to you, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It would mean a whole lot. And hopefully we catch you on the flippy flip. Bye bye.